Madam Zaiwass was a legend in Clawville. Her name was known all over the wilderness. She's an avid royalist, former member of the Council of 12, spy master, assassin, businesswoman, and courtesan. To be honest, I didn't even know she was still alive. She's no spring chicken, that's for sure. She could also be my mother, or maybe my grandmother. First Ibn Wessler, now her. Honestly, tonight it wouldn't surprise me if His Majesty Hector III didn't grace me with his presence.
So, welcome to another episode, another Advent Calendar Day for this year. So welcome to the Chicken Police painted red, and yeah, hopefully your day has been going good and well. So we shall be continuing from here. I'm sure Zaiwass, Madam Zaiwass, knows a lot of things, so I'm sure talking to her will be really interesting. Maybe she knows about the people in the list, and I thought that why not listen to this again just to get a little recap, because we are gonna be talking to her right about now, and she clearly has a, well, lot of influence and very well known individual. But let's have a look about the other stuff first. Oh, there's the picture of her when she's been younger, I presume.
What a painting! Congratulations, ma'am.
Marty.
Yes. It's beautiful indeed. It's more than 40 years old. You know, I was considered pretty then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't say that. You still look great, ma'am.
Thank you. It feels good, but no. There's no need for lies. Those days are long gone. Every age has its truth and its beauty. For me, beauty is not in the looks anymore.
Interesting.
I agree, ma'am.
Do you now, Marty? Do you?
Yes, this is the Zaiwass from the legends. Beautiful and deadly.
It is an interesting picture, certainly. I like the scales at least, a little bit of a scaliness at least. Every kind of friggin' book. Well, yeah. Owls don't blink. Well, I guess they do blink though in reality, but...
There are books here on quite a variety of topics.
You don't say.
That's quite a wide range of interests. That's quite a wide range.
Is that what you say about them all? 7 pieces of my mind. Slime and punishment.
There are books here on...
What a weird name. I can't see what that would be, but then 7 pieces of my mind, the death of the horse, 49 years of the reptile, 1 key to the animal mind, Dr. Seussius Quetzalcoatl, the red beak. There's something there, but I can't really make out what it would be. Araucana? Something. Can't make out any of those really. Wordsworth. And then whatever management something type of a book over there. I guess that's all you're gonna say about all of them.
There are books here.
Variety of topics indeed. Extreme variety. Let's have a look. Dead clock. Not working, eh?
Is that the time already?
No.
Have you noticed your clock's not working?
How observant you are. That clock isn't meant to show the time. It's a decoration. A memento.
It's beautiful.
Indeed.
There's something weird about that clock.
Yeah, I kind of felt that it might have this kind of a, like a peanut button, maybe open some sort of a secret or something. Who knows?
There's something...
That's what I would feel or think first. Tribal artifacts.
Interesting pieces.
Do you think so? It's the art of my people.
I am not surprised.
Crocodiles?
There are many kinds of crocodile in the wilderness, Mr. Featherland. This is the art of the Nilenites.
So a little bit like from the Egypt region, considering the river Nile.
Ah, hence the name, the sweltering Nile.
Makes sense.
It's a river, Mr. Featherland. My ancestors lived by this river a long time ago.
Make sensus.
Ah, interesting.
Thank you.
Beautiful pieces for sure. They must be worth a fortune.
Probably.
Beautiful pieces for...
Yeah, all sort of tribal artifacts. Then there is a fan, otherwise don't see anything otherwise special, other than of course her, Madam Zaiwass.
So she is the legendary Madam Zaiwass. So she is the...
Okay, nothing more. Hello.
Let me introduce myself properly, ma'am.
Mr. Santino, I know who you are. And I also know your partner. The legend of the chicken police is always one step ahead of the chicken police.
That does definitely make sense.
Thank you. That's flattering.
May I ask what you are looking for exactly? Here on this night?
You know, that's an interesting question. The card we've shown your lovely colleague.
Belongs to an old friend of ours, whom we haven't seen for a long time here.
Not for a long time, eh? Kind of a sad thing then. Doesn't necessarily mean that we will be getting that much info from here.
And the name?
Unfortunately, no, Mr. Santino. That's confidential information. In my line of work, discretion is everything.
It could be even that it's got Senko's card rather than Deborah's, but that she was holding it for one reason or another, or that it's someone else's card. But anyways, considering also the calling name, it could be making sense that she is someone that has visited maybe here previously, possibly.
Well, you know, in our line of work, the law is above everything.
Oh, do you think so? I could tell you what your colleagues think is also above everything, but as I said, discretion.
Look, ma'am, we don't want to impose. We're conducting a private investigation, which started off as harmless, but now it's murder.
Indeed, that's the unfortunate thing. There has indeed been a murder.
That sounds serious.
Extremely.
It is serious. That's why we'd be grateful for your help.
In that case, I'm at your service. Ask your questions, and I'm going to answer to the best of my knowledge. As long as you're not wading through muddy waters.
So avoiding the muddy waters.
Fortunately, I swim very well for a chicken.
Good thing.
I swim well, too.
Well, you definitely, I would assume, should swim well. As a crocodile, sort of. Ask.
So, gentlemen, what do you want to know?
Let's see.
About this strange card, then.
As I was saying, it belongs to us. Only our most valuable guests have one of these. And our employees, of course.
Yeah, could also mean that one of them would have been as an employee here at some point, but who knows?
The employees, too. Good to know. Can you tell me if this card belonged to a guest or an employee?
No.
I thought so. Yes, thank you.
Well, that's a start. So you know Lewis, right?
Lewis Hayworth is a good friend of mine. It surprises me that he's a regular here.
You wouldn't believe our clientele. You would be shocked.
Yeah, probably.
No doubt. Lewis, does he come here often?
Not so often.
Thank you for the vague answer, ma'am.
I don't know why you have to be even asking about it exactly.
The mystery is thrilling. The thrill is life itself.
Plausible.
That was beautiful, ma'am.
So, would you have any idea what this strange list of names might mean?
Tell me, have you ever seen this list?
I have.
You have seen that list?
Am I right to assume it has something to do with the sweltering Nile?
Interesting.
It does, yes. But I can't tell you more about it. No.
it might be the people that actually are like, I don't remember the name, but because there was the site that she belonged in that believed that all of them could be getting along together and so on and forth. But then, was it like royalists, supposedly? So maybe it's a group name of the people that belong into the royalists. That could be plausible, at the very least.
Discretion is key.
Absolutely.
So, what do you know about Natasha Katsenko?
Do you know Natasha Katsenko personally?
Yes, I do.
Alright, so she does know personally even Natasha.
Tell me about her.
Warm-hearted, protective, quick-tempered, fierce. Yes, fierce.
So yeah, it is very plausible, less likely that this guard actually belonged to Natasha, but it was just being held by her, or maybe the whoever killed even Deborah just made sure to put that guard into that to like even more go to the idea that yep, for the sentence that or word that they had been all the time writing us in the horror. Which I probably shouldn't be saying much but if we talk about YouTube content, but hey, it's a game. It is the word that is there.
Thank you. Very useful.
It's not like I'm just simply from this sort of a perspective after all. So what can you tell me about the sweltering Nile? When you
This
click on
place
it.
isn't just our home with the girls. It's a sanctuary.
Really? How?
It symbolizes why the city was founded almost 1,000 years ago. Unity, love, freedom.
Freedom.
Interbreeding?
That too, yes. Do you have a problem with that?
I doubt, considering he is with a cat or some feline predator.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't. My girlfriend's a predator.
Really? I'm glad to hear it.
Really? Indeed, there would be no problems of that.
So gentle.
Let's see.
Okay, let's do the questioning then. I probably will suck at this. It just feels that she's going to be good at avoiding or evading my questions.
Deceit is everything to Zaiwass. She used to be a spy, so I'm gonna take her every word with a grain of salt.
Makes sense. So, Madam Zaiwass, who is very deceptive. Interesting. Who is behind the legend, Miss Zaiwass? Who are you really?
Who's behind the legend, Miss Zaiwass? Who are you, really?
Just an animal raised to survive, Mr. Featherland. And because I've been taught, I know how to survive. I always was what I had to be.
That makes sense well enough, as in then you were a spy because you had to be and so on and forth.
And you managed to dodge my question. Clever.
Yeah.
Well, you see, this is one of the typical elements of survival. The way of dodging a delicate question and still making the questioner believe he got the answer. But you're too cunning and experienced, aren't you? You're not an easy one to fool.
But yeah, it does make sense. It was still an answer, even though it didn't actually tell much about them. Just that, okay, they were whatever they needed to be, but that doesn't tell us where she is spy, what exactly she was. Just whatever she needed to be.
I'm trying to maintain appearances, ma'am.
You should. Appearances, most of the time, are stronger and more dangerous than the truth.
Interesting. Survivor. Yes, deceptive and a survivor. Isn't it dangerous being a royalist nowadays? I think that is a better question than this one, but, well, because it's not like she would be exactly answering this anyways. I think this is a good question from my point of view, but hey, I may be completely incorrect. So isn't it dangerous being a royalist nowadays?
Isn't it dangerous being a royalist nowadays?
You know, Mr. Featherland, Those that are genuinely dedicated never care about danger. That's something you must know even better than I.
Do you think it's my loyalty that motivates me the most? If you do, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
What motivates us the most then?
Maybe you're not loyal to the police, Mr. Featherland, but you are to your own principles and ideals. Am I right?
That makes sense, like after all, being a royalist and so on is kind of being loyal to your ideals. That's your ideal. Rather than just some certain force or something.
That's true, but you're avoiding the question. Why did you stay in the king's employment after the scandals that are making half the city riot? What makes you still believe so much in the institution of monarchy?
But yeah, I guess royalists also believe into the institution of monarchy, which is slightly different than just that everyone could be getting along, so to speak.
You know, I always adapt, but only to a degree where I still don't have to give up myself and my ideals for the sake of survival.
You'd rather die then?
Maybe it would seem too dramatic or even romantic to you, but yes, exactly.
Interesting.
I'm sorry to doubt you, but I've always thought your kind was rather compromised.
Do you mean spies or crocodiles?
I think more so spies.
Spies, of course.
Yeah.
I must disappoint you, but there aren't many groups as loyal and unwavering as the spies, Mr. Featherland.
I guess it depends. I guess it would depend. But on the other hand, spies' role is quite... Well, you're going into a place where you might get involved with even people and stuff who you might get to like, even though you originally was from another group. So I would think that there's at least temptations, but maybe not if you have very, very, very clear motivations and clear ideals behind the reason that you are a spy. Maybe, possibly, who knows?
If you're telling me, ma'am, I believe you.
That was a minus though. I like this question still more rather than just this one, even though this is about the brothel. So what is the Sweltering Nile? Is it really just a luxury brothel?
What is the Sweltering Nile? Is it really just a luxury brothel?
First of all, it's what it looks like. Luxurious relaxation with luxurious ladies and gentlemen. For wealthy ladies and gentlemen with luxurious needs.
And under the surface?
If you're insinuating that my girls are kind of spies, you're on the wrong track. On a very wrong track, to be precise.
I wouldn't have thought about that they would be spies, no. But that there would be more going on in here rather than just the brothel aspect. But no, I wouldn't think that they would all be spies.
Don't they have confidential information on almost all the wealthy bachelors of Clawville?
Bachelors? Don't be naive. Almost exclusively married men visit here.
Oh, that's great.
Well, then my question is even more valid.
Of course, they know much. Many visit here who don't care about sex, Mr. Featherland. Some come here to talk. And meanwhile, they inadvertently say a lot about themselves.
No, it does definitely give her a lot of information if the... Nonetheless, it's not like they would be hiding from her the situation or things about their clients, right? So, yeah, I think that she could have a lot of information through that, however.
Which makes them easy targets for blackmail, right?
I doubt that nonetheless. It's not like I think that she is someone that would have caused that blackmailing, but it is kind of clear, I guess, that Natasha has been visiting here, so someone from here could have also been deciding to do all of the writings and all that for some reason or another, or it could be indeed be the mafia boss himself, because He has been different. I'm not certain, however.
It could, yes, but even the assumption is offensive.
It doesn't mean that someone couldn't do that, however. It's not like you can know each and every girl that works for you that perfectly, or girl or guy. But yeah, I was thinking that that's probably a minus because it was like so not liking it. If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
I wouldn't say that's an acceptable price for such a secret as this, but if you guess right, I won't lie to you. Then, I will tell you you were right. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Zaiwass.
Good. Let's see. The answer to my question, Natasha Katsenko.
Yeah, that's what I would think. It wasn't Deborah. The receptionist didn't even know Deborah's name. It would be Natasha. Maybe Natasha even sent Deborah here for some cases to talk with her or something.
Well, Mr. Featherland, it seems the gossip about you is right. What gave it away?
Right. Well, partially because who we got this card from.
It couldn't have been easier. There's a beautiful woman with a mysterious past, trying to keep it a secret, while someone's threatening her with the exact same thing, leaving rather unmistakable messages behind. Plus, we found the card on Deborah, who was her best friend and confidant, so she was either trying to hide it or destroy it forever, so no one could find out the truth. Am I right so far?
That does say a lot. I would say that this is pretty correct overall.
Indeed, Mr. Featherland.
So if I'm not mistaken, Natasha used to work for you before she met Ibn Wessler. He fell in love with her, gave her a job at the Millions Club. The rest is history.
It's definitely plausible.
You have talent, Mr. Featherland. I'm really sorry you're not working for the government.
I am working for the government. I'm a cop.
In some sense, sure, but not in the way that she might like.
Are you sure, Mr. Featherland?
Do the cops work for the government? I do not know. This royalist class, if you think just about royalists, then I guess cops wouldn't be kind of working exactly for them.
Touché.
Indeed. Natasha used to work here. We can put it that way, but you know, this isn't just a workplace. She also lived here. She was part of our family, and we still love her very much.
Well, that's good to know, but yet the information that you would be giving me would be trying to keep her safe.
Right. That puts everything in a different light. Zaiwass is a true survivor, always was. And she's proud of that, even to this day. Maybe I can get her to trust me if I play to this part of her.
Always was, and she's proud of that, even this day, survivor. That was at least a little plus, but deceptive survivor dangerous. I wouldn't say the second one for sure. Why concentrate on her when Natasha is the one that we're trying to protect after all, slash solve the case concerning her? But this is a very interesting question to me, like why did you take her in, Natasha, or also to protect her? Is also an interesting one. I wouldn't say this. Like it could be partially what happened, that this place changed Natasha, but it just doesn't feel right. That this and this question, no. But which one? Why, this one or this protection? But she is also from the Niles, or the Nileotide, so however she said the location exactly, the Nile River people. So I don't know what has been going on in there. It's definitely likely, after all, that Natasha had something to do with the royal family in the other location where there was a bloody murder situation and all that. Sure. I just like this question, even though I feel that this might be better, but I like this question. So why did you take her in? Maybe you saw yourself in Natasha?
Why did you take her in? Maybe you saw yourself in Natasha.
She was only 17 when she knocked on the rear entrance of the brothel on an unusually cold, rainy night. I opened the door myself.
Only 17.
Was Natasha alone?
Yes, completely alone. Her left arm was slashed with an ugly wound, and she was frozen to the bone, barefoot, only a thin nightgown on her.
Yeah, she was the only one to escape.
Did she tell you what happened to her?
After I brought her into the house, warmed her up, and changed her into new clothes, that was the first thing I asked. But no, she didn't tell me. We became very good friends, but I still don't know what happened to her and where she came from, or how she knew about this place and the rear entrance.
Very good questions then. However, very good questions. How did she end up in here?
And you weren't bothered by all those secrets?
Well, I guess someone could be still bothered, but it doesn't mean that you can become very good friends with them. She has her own secrets, I'm sure.
That would have been very hypocritical of me, don't you think?
Yeah.
No, it didn't bother me. I make a living out of secrets, Mr. Featherland.
I see.
I at least like that question. It at least gave pluses into here, but before I got so many minuses. Do you know where Natasha came from before Clawville? Well, we already went through this. Didn't tell. It's just about the guesses. I wish that I had some other questions here now.
Do you know where Natasha came from before Clawville?
Naturally. The poor dear couldn't even deny it. Even her name's eloquent, her accent, but mostly her manners, Mr. Featherland. She's from Stovos, and she belonged to the upper class of Stovonian social circles. She could barely even speak the language when I first met her.
Well, that much kind of we knew, but it's just like how high up at the Stovonian social circles? As in even the noble family? Or the royal family?
That's all you know about her. An ex-spy like you must have checked up on her new protege's past.
That's the most exciting thing. Yes, I have. Multiple times putting my most treasured connections to good use. But nobody found anything. Natasha's trail could only be traced back to the Stovonian border. What happened in that country, no one knows.
Very interesting.
It's rather curious, don't you think?
It is, Mr. Featherland. Yes, curious. That's why I've always been rather fond of Natasha.
Did it touch you deeply when she left you?
Indeed, it did.
Zaiwass is protective. It seems she's dedicating her whole life to her proteges. If I concentrate on that, maybe she'll open up to me.
I hope so. Yeah, protective. We got at least to the neutral ground, so to speak. No, I wouldn't ask that. Again, protective doesn't really... That wouldn't be very protective if she would just be exploiting the relationship between Natasha and Eden. This is interesting question, but it doesn't seem... Like, if we talk about protective, then it's a good question. Why did she actually let her leave with Wessler, considering Wessler is a mafioso boss and all that, so it's a bit sketchy in that sense. But have you kept in touch? I'm also interested as a question, but so why did you let her leave with Wessler?
Why did you let her leave with Wessler?
What else could I have done? Wessler is a handsome, rich, powerful animal, and Natasha fell in love with him. If anything, I know you can't stand in the way of a woman in love. There's nothing more dangerous, Mr. Featherland.
I've been in this job for more than 20 years, but I haven't heard that one before.
You see? You learn something new every day if you have an open mind. Yes.
Yes. Indeed, but that was a -10, sadly. Well, I was thinking indeed that probably the kept in touch would have been the better question. I think that is, considering now we can have this. And when was the last time you saw her, Madam Zaiwass?
When was the last time you saw her, Madam Zaiwass?
Maybe around 2 months ago. There was a ball, attended by Ibn Wessler, his beautiful mate Natasha, and myself. Yes.
Was she herself? Did you feel like she was afraid or worried about something?
That is an important question. I do think at least that this is a good question.
On the contrary, she was unrestrained, free, radiant. She was in love. Yes, in her own unique way.
Yeah, in her own unique way she was in love. She already told us that she was in love in her own way.
What do you mean?
You know Natasha loves on a different level than most Clawville women. Or most women in the wilderness, in fact. Maybe it's because of the Stovonian origins. Perhaps it's something else.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So you didn't notice anything strange about her?
Well, if anything could be called strange, it was that I saw a woman positively floating above the ground, who previously used to stand on it with 2 feet.
Interesting.
I see. Thank you, madam.
At least that was a plus. So how did you feel when you learned Natasha was going to leave? Well, I guess I can't choose. I do wish that I had asked her previously at least a few different questions, but what can you do?
How did you feel when you learned Natasha was going to leave?
Honestly, I was very hurt. I loved her as a daughter. How would you have felt?
Probably similar.
I couldn't say.
And I still couldn't stop her, and you know why?
Because you loved her and wanted her to be able to live her life. It wouldn't be good for her to just stay here either in that situation.
Of course I do. Because you loved her.
You've been in my shoes before, am I right, Detective? Yes, I can feel you have.
Yeah, like Molly. Was Molly from here then too? How does Natasha know Molly, after all? Molly was the R5, right? Before? It was the Molly, the name?
This isn't about me, madam. Please stop changing the subject.
I have felt betrayed on a certain level. Yes, and offended, and alone. Even amongst all my friends.
Were you disappointed in her?
I don't know about that. Is disappointment the right word?
Only in myself, Mr. Featherland. But I have a hunch you know this feeling very well.
True.
Yes, you're right. Well, thank you for your time, madam.
I guess that was slightly helpful.
Anytime, Detective. Yes, anytime.
I was thinking that this went better than with Natasha herself, but not amazing again. I do definitely need to... Well, it's definitely difficult, I would say. It's difficult to ask 100% the right questions, but I do think that at least I clearly asked some at least good questions. Final thoughts. That's how you do it, partner. Not quite like old times, but you've still got it. The old roster still remembers Chandrix, eh? But the important clue, Natasha worked at the Sweltering Nile Portal before Ibn Wessler discovered her and got her out of there.
Please, gentlemen, wait here a moment. I would like to show you something that could help you.
That would be very helpful.
Oh, that's excellent news. Thank you. We will wait.
Do you trust her?
As much as you can trust a spy, but I do think that she was at least truthful about certain things of Natasha, certainly. Clearly, she has a close relationship with her.
Not in the slightest. Even her smile is fake. This woman wallowed in other animals' secrets until she became one too.
As I said, to a degree. To a degree you can trust her, but obviously not completely.
That's exactly how I feel.
Anyway, now that we're here, we can take a better look around.
I am suspicious of that clock.
Just what I was thinking.
Especially the death clock part. I don't care about any of that stuff, and I don't think there's any... Well, every kind of book, maybe. Yeah, I can get some sort of a time into here. That's interesting. Interesting indeed. So that is indeed the important part. Is the books a hint? Or where could I get a hint exactly what would be the right time for that clock?
These books are here for a reason. They mean something.
That's what I was thinking.
These books are here for...
Is there any other names? Also big, as in number, 7 pieces of my mind. And 49 years of the reptile. Those are the numbers. So maybe 7 o'clock plus then 49 minutes. That's possible, at least.
A hidden door. Who'd have thought?
Well,
She is a legendary ex-spy.
True.
Well, this is something I've never understood. Why isn't a key good enough? I mean, you can take that with you, but riddles can be solved by anyone.
True enough.
I don't think many animals get to be in this room, Marty. And the other thing is...
Maybe she wanted us to find it.
It's plausible too.
exactly what I'm thinking. Who knows? Anyway, we're going in.
Maybe she likes to see what we can do. A secret door.
This room is not like her at all.
Maybe this is Deborah's room, or where Deborah was too. There's the Voxy lady too.
The other must have been for show. Marty, this is the reality. We're talking about a professional spy.
Makes sense.
A former spy.
Still, if anyone knows how to mask her real face, it's her.
True.
But you think this is who she really is? Cold, dark, and tiny.
Plausible.
And full of secrets.
Yeah, picture of on the wall. That has a real crown. The Fox King.
Hector III, our great and fair king.
I feel sorry for the poor fox, to be honest.
I don't. He has it pretty good.
Well, I don't know if it is anymore when royalists aren't in a very great position anymore.
Would you like to live your life as a puppet? Everything you do, carefully planned. Your rule and authority, the whole thing, just for show.
And yeah, if you're just a king puppet, that's really not worth much, is it?
Even if he is just a puppet, Clawville needs a king. He gives strength and hope to many animals.
Uh-huh.
I guess.
But it's not like he knows that. Or does he get that much out of just the thought of having that? Giving hope?
We shouldn't cross the king. That would be beyond our pay grade.
Well, obviously.
We shouldn't cross...
But what about this then? Ladies of the Force, 872. So others from probably the Nile region.
So the rumors are true.
Military intelligence. This dame's really something. I'm starting to think the whole brothel is just a cover.
Makes sense. You think she's still working for Royal Intelligence?
I guess to some degree, plausibly, to know who are more on the royalist side and stuff.
Well, based on what she told us, she's a committed royalist. So I imagine she does.
It is a good guess, yes.
If we fly too close to the sun, we burn our wings.
That's probably
If
all
we
you
fly
say.
too...
Yep. That is true though.
Ah, names, numbers, dates. Oh, furry gods.
And how many?
Do you think they all belong to the brothel?
Hell no. Half of it is a matter of national security.
Well,
What did we step into?
You know what? I don't care, Marty. I'm too old for conspiracies. The only thing that matters to me is to find out what the furry hell we're doing here.
True.
And what it has to do with Natasha.
True.
Sure. I don't want to know what's in them, and there's no time to search the place either.
Yeah. Just what we happen to find fast, so to speak.
I don't want to know.
Walls.
Ugh, this place gives me the creeps.
Me too. We better get out of here before she comes back.
I like the music in this place anyways. Kind of mysterious.
Ugh, this place gives me the...
Me too.
So that's the typewriter and then the strange book. Okay, that's definitely important. What about the strange book? Molly, yep, I knew it. Molly would be here. I knew Molly's name would be here. Natasha Katchenko. Yeah, and this is the, yeah, who has been with whom. The customers. This goes to the piece of list that we have. But Molly is there too. Your dear Molly. Natasha Katchenko a lot. Who all Natasha has been with, and then indeed. I guess that person that... Someone of those lists that has been with Natasha would be quite important. Well, let's have a look into the typewriter first, because that's ridiculously important at least.
Somebody started typing a letter but left it unfinished.
What does it say?
Number 2947222. Report about separatist group movements.
Interesting.
Damn it. Don't even read that.
Yeah, dangerous stuff.
What? Why not?
I don't know about you, but I don't want to get caught up in the royalist-separatist conflict. What you don't know can't hurt you, right?
Kinda true.
I can't even recognize you, boss. Where did you put your sense of adventure?
Well, this can't get us killed, you know.
My sense of adventure has retired. Leave it alone.
So, report 2947222, Agent Angel Colomar. Number, report about separatist group movements, action number, code definition, moon deliver, parrot crash, shining angel, wing 6. About Hamdur Corporation, you can't fix it, we can fix it. Eh. Underdog standard typewriter, interesting underdog.
Just forget it's here, Sonny. That's not what you're looking for.
I know, it's a strange book. Cause this is important.
This has got to be it, Marty. Look at the missing page.
Indeed.
Oh, gods. And look at the names.
There's also Molly.
Yeah, the ladies and their guests.
Well, no wonder that you fell in love with Molly the same way as you could have now fallen in love with Natasha. I guess all the ladies in this place are just special. Especially those two.
Damn.
What this means, Marty, is that the most influential people in the city had been Natasha's patrons. Some even from the royal family.
Yeah.
This book could destabilize Clawville.
At least the Clawville we currently know.
You think this is behind everything? Somebody's blackmailing Natasha because of this?
Because of this info, she does have a lot of info, it's definitely plausible.
That could easily be the case. But something still doesn't fit. That piece of a painting.
Indeed.
Sonny?
If there's even a small chance of...
Did Zaiwass find us?
Sonny,
Oh, you found Molly's name, didn't you?
What?
there's another familiar name here.
Yeah, Molly. I'm surprised you didn't notice it yet, Sonny.
What are you talking about?
Molly Starling. Molly. Yeah, there with Augustus Bishop.
Clucking hell, Sonny. Molly?
She never told us about any of this.
She was working here too.
It's probably someone else with the same name.
But that's why Natasha knew Molly, and it makes totally sense.
So that's why Natasha told me they'd known each other for a long time.
Indeed.
Look, boss.
I can't believe it. All those stories about her past.
So she lied a lot.
Listen, Boss Bird. Molly loved you, right? Isn't that what matters?
Marty, please shut your fucking beak right now, or I'll shut it for you.
Okay, boss. I'm sorry. But
Just shut the cluck up.
We've caught them sneaking around, Miss Diamond, you see?
And?
I see, madam.
Aw, you don't need to go to that extremes. We're trying to protect the two ladies that are involved in this, you know?
no, back off, ladies.
Well, she has a gun.
There's no need for this. We don't want trouble.
Oh, Marty also took the gun out.
No, maybe you don't. Unfortunately, trouble has found you, gentlemen.
Yeah, but this was important information. This might be something that could save Natasha's life still. Zaiwass.
Madam Zaiwass, we needed to know the connection. What this place has to do with Natasha. And
Molly too.
And?
my wife.
Filthy cops? He's talking gibberish. May I shoot him?
It's the truth. We were married with Molly.
No, not yet, Miss Diamond.
I'd be very sorry to put holes in your lovely striped skin, but believe me, baby, I will. I've always wanted to know if diamonds are bulletproof.
Miss Diamond she was indeed.
Please, madam. It'll all be over in a second.
Just listen to me, Miss Zaiwass.
No. We have received different orders, Miss Diamond. Stand down.
Oh, I see. The pony does tricks on command. Well, I'm not surprised.
Wow.
That's enough, Marty. You knew who she was, didn't you? What she meant to me.
Well, well, Mr. Featherland. Aren't you interested in your case anymore? No? All it took was a name from your past, and your professionalism drowned in the mud.
Well, she was someone very important to us.
Stop playing games with me, Zaiwass. What does all this have to do with Molly?
Nothing at all. No, she was just a little bird among the many who sought refuge here.
You forced her into this.
I doubt that.
You'd love to hear that, but until she met you, she was one of us. Just another...
You clucking...
Until she met you, but hey, that's the important part. You should remember the fact that when she met you, she fell in love with you and was with you. This place was forgotten. She did lie though, because I guess you maybe wouldn't have liked it if you would have known, indeed, that she was here.
Sonny, no!
Cluck. Is that Natasha or is that Molly?
I think I was dreaming. But it wasn't the kind of dream you'd want to remember. Dark and painful. Then the suffocating smoke woke me. It wasn't fried eggs, that's for sure. Where was I? What happened?
You
That
got in too deep.
treacherous crocodile. Then I saw Marty, who looked as horrible as I felt. Well, I've always wanted a romantic sea voyage.
God damn it. I knew I shouldn't have gone along with this.
Oh god, this sort of a location then waking up. In the middle of a fire? Okay, I guess that full discussions and all didn't go very well. Nor us trying to protect Natasha or anything. We're in a place that is burning.
Marty, I told you you could get out any time.
And you knew damn well that I wouldn't. That I would never leave you in deep shit once I've joined you. You knew it, and you still asked me to do it.
Aw.
Marty, listen.
You're a selfish bastard, Sonny, and you drag everyone around you down with you. How long was it till retirement? 120 days?
Well, it was all because of Molly, to be honest. Molly's name that Natasha mentioned.
121.
But you just couldn't sit still on your ass, could you? Well, take a good look around. boss bird. This is you. And this is what follows you. Just this clucking misery. And dead bodies. Do you understand? You have nothing else to offer but suffering.
That is kind of mean though.
Marty.
We gotta just start to try to get out of here, you know?
And feeling sorry for yourself. Oh, you're great at that. I can't believe this shit. We're gonna die here on a goddamn blazing ship like roast chicken. Well, it's dramatic at least, just like you like it.
Well, you didn't wanna be leaving nonetheless. You had a chance.
Marty.
And we can try to get out of here.
What?
I've almost managed to untie the knot. But if you keep thrashing around like that, we're really gonna die here.
Ah, for cluck's sake. Fine. Work your magic. Until then, I'm gonna say all the prayers I know.
Good.
You better.
Okay, so yes, flames.
Will be fried chicken. I hope there are spices in those barrels at least.
Hope so.
At least we'll go out with a bang.
Very big bang.
At least we'll go out.
I just want to check everything nonetheless, even though I know that we are kind of in a hurry.
So close, yet so far. We might not survive even if we reach it, but we've got no choice. Goodbye, partner. It's been a swell ride. If we kick the bucket, I'm glad you're here, pal.
Even though he was like, oh.
If we kick the bucket, I'm glad you're here.
Well,
Let me concentrate on the rope.
oh really? What a sharp observation.
Shut up.
Okay, let's do the ropes. Start and an end, okay? Where does this go? From here to here, I think. Ah, god damn it. So it went well, but then I was just like, I need to get a little bit better angle into that, but that was silly of me. Really starting to burn
So
though.
what now?
We go with the latter.
Now we run and swim.
I can't swim.
You can.
Well, you better learn fast or you'll die. I'm not gonna drag your fat ass to the shore if that's what you're hoping.
I shouldn't have brought this many guns with me.
Yeah, you have to leave some of your DRAs.
Throw them away then.
Never.
Then they'll drag you down into the deep. Ah, I don't care. I always thought your gun mania would be your undoing.
Cluck you, Sonny.
We have to survive this first.
Well, after you, boss bird.
Thanks.
That furry, fucking clucking gods. Damn.
Well, we survived though.
Yeah.
Listen, Marty.
What?
What you said on the ship.
What about it?
You were right. I knew this would happen. Or something like it. I dragged you into this deliberately. Because I'm not enough on my own.
Sonny, cut the crap.
No, I'm serious. I knew I couldn't do this alone. I needed you to, well, to look out for me.
I don't need this, all right? Stop playing the wounded soul. I don't fucking care.
Well, you do. You do, even if you say you don't.
Fair enough. You're right.
Hell yeah, I'm fucking right.
I'll, shut up now.
Good.
Good. Well, that was an exciting day and an exciting episode. All sort of things happen, but I think we'll be ending this episode at least in here. It's a little bit longer one, but it's alright. Sometimes they can be a little bit longer ones. So next time we continue from here. So hope you enjoy your day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you for more next time. So as in tomorrow. Bye bye. See you then.